here. I'm just going to quickly get this onto the blog for today. Audio. Just quickly. Oh. It appears that I can embed the video, even if it's live, into the blog. That's pretty cool. All right, sent the remind, updated the blog, and here we go. Oh, nice. What'd you put in it? Octavia and I had chocolate chip and blueberry pancakes with scrambled eggs and coffee. Yep, I've got my 5-year-old drinking coffee now. No, not really. We did, sorry I'm a little late, guys. I was very busy. I can, as you saw in the preview, if you tuned in early, I've been working on this coloring page. One of my neighbors, an older, wonderful next door neighbor who just moved here from Denver, has been doing a daily neighborhood newsletter that she emails out, which is pretty enjoyable. So I don't know if folks have been keeping up to date with the news. Hopefully not too much, but I also hope that you guys have a little bit of a sense of what's going on. I did put a post up on the blog, so I would like to start just by going through a few of those things with you. First off, I realized that I never shared with you all the calendar update that Ms. Coburn had put out. So I'm just going to read it to you. It's also on the blog. So as of now, MCAS does not have a rescheduled date. SAT College Board is canceling the May 2nd SAT and SAT subject test makeup exams for March 14th, which were scheduled for March 28th. They're also canceled. Ms. Coburn has our new Spirit Week listed as April 27th to May 1st. April 7th, as of when I last checked, is our return date still. We'll have a modified schedule that's going to include some extra crew time. New dates have not been updated for seniors, so we're waiting on that. And well, this maybe doesn't apply to you guys, but they're disinfecting all of the rooms, and we are not allowed to go. Just reading your comment. Teachers are not allowed to go into the building currently. So also in chem for you 11th graders, there is a class set up in Khan Academy. I reposted the class code. There's an article, a video, and a Google quiz. Before I get into history class, some quick rundowns in case you were curious of one another. Oh boy, Octavia's coming. a quick rundown of the responses. You can come in, honey. Come on in. Oh, we got 25 responses now. It's pretty exciting. Say hi, Octavia.
Hi.
So Octavia has been working on her coloring and a whole lot of other things too. What else have you been doing?
I've been working hard on my picture.
Working hard on your picture. You have the same one as me.
Yeah, I was trying this.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what it says?
No,
That's okay.
I don't know how to read.
You know how to read some words.
Not these words.
I know. All right. So you're going to be quiet while I go through the survey results?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, thank you. So let's see our results from the survey. I'm obviously not going to read people's personal results, but just as kind of a basic summary. How are you doing? 64% said good. It's pretty awesome. 32% said neutral, and only one person said that they are bad. How are you doing?
Good.
Good. Okay, so one more on the good. Your thoughts on my daily video. We have a 64-36 split of I like them versus generally indifferent, but we'll still watch them. I feel pretty good about that.
Green one?
That's the pie chart. That's bad. One person said bad. Very
What's the blue one?
that one's yes. So folks seem very uncertain on Zoom. Like I said, I have some friends who have been using it for love you too. Have been using it for college classes. I've been using it a lot socially with friends. It's pretty cool to be able to see all the people that you're talking to. It would definitely be more interactive if I'm doing this live anyway, to be able to kind of see you guys and you could respond.
I'm still in my pajamas.
You are still in your pajamas. So let's finish this up and then we'll go into history class. I really did enjoy reading through your results. You're gonna be totally quiet. Pinky promise. Okay. So there were a few questions though that were listed out in the in there, so I want to make sure that I respond to those questions. Just scrolling through, a lot of people seem to be very bored. A lot of people seeming to keep busy, which is good. Some complaining about social distancing. I can complain about it all you want as long as you're doing it. Making sure we're keeping ourselves safe collectively. Is there any chance school would be canceled for the whole year, and is the work you guys have assigned us mandatory? It's a good question. Given that there's no precedent for any of this that's going on, I have no way to really answer that. All I know is that as of now, we're still officially going back on the 7th. Is it possible that the whole school year would be canceled? I mean, it's possible, but I know as much as you do. And as the work that we're assigning mandatory, and I think I said this in previous videos, but basically our hope is that we are giving you guys we're giving you guys things that you can do. We're giving you resources. They are not mandatory. This is not an online course. I hope that folks are looking at it. I know that when we do get back, those things that we're assigning or sharing with you during break. The hope and idea is those are things that get integrated into our classes when we do get back. But there's nothing that's happening currently that's mandatory. Whether or not that changes in the future, again, with no real precedent for this, I can't really say. But as of now, no, nothing is mandatory. Another question about whether it's mandatory. Um, Concerned about the SAT stuff. I answered that already. The English paper. Tell Miss White. I'll tell Miss White make that, or you can send her a message on Remind. We want more sauerkraut action in the videos. If that makes sense. Sauerkraut is currently asleep in the dining room underneath a blanket in his bed. So that's it. Don't take it personal if kids are not doing schoolwork. There's a lot of uncertainty in the air. So kids, honey, you said you weren't gonna interrupt. There's a lot of uncertainty in the air, so kids do not know if prioritizing school is something that's even very important. Fair. I liked your idea of the book club, but was not interested in the book. Okay. So I just wanted to run through those. Those were the real only questions. If folks have other questions, you are welcome to check in. Oh, hello. So just seeing your message. As of right now, just because there's an inconsistency around who has internet access and what. We've been providing resources, but there is no work that's officially assigned that is officially due. There are no formal responsibilities that we have as teachers or that students have at this time. So Jalen is telling you the truth. All right. I need to figure this out with me. You can't sit in front of me. Okay, so lastly, I just wanted to take a few minutes to run through what I posted, and you can look at this after. But for history, just kind of doing some sort of current event stuff. I had written down how do leaders respond in times of crisis. So earlier in the year, we talked about Abraham Lincoln and Andrew Johnson when we looked at the Civil War and Reconstruction. We talked about Hoover and FDR during the Great Depression, and then FDR's work during the New Deal to remedy the crisis. Where we are right now definitely fits under the category of crisis. This is a health crisis. This is something that's not going away anytime soon. It's something that's going to keep impacting our lives, and it's really a big challenge. Obviously, it's a challenge for us, but it's also a challenge for the people who have power to do anything about this. So the people, our leadership, the president, and Congress. So I've given you all a few things. If you'd like to read them, they're there. If you don't want to, we can try to talk about a few of them tomorrow. But basically, each day the president is doing a briefing where he's doing kind of his coronavirus briefing, and I think it would be interesting to watch those. There's certainly a lot of media around it where people are kind of giving their takes on it. Obviously, conservative media is praising him. Liberal media is critiquing him harshly. So I think that it's your best bet if you're curious what's going on with the president, that you should be watching it yourself and kind of getting a sense of how you think he's doing. On the blog, I did post a New York Times article in the daily coronavirus briefing. Trump tries to redefine himself. I have The Hill on an article, Trump's coronavirus briefings face criticism. And then NPR, Trump stresses the need to reopen America while continuing to fight coronavirus. So those are three that all relate to Trump's response to this. And if we're looking at it and thinking how do leaders respond in times of crisis, certainly the presidency is really important in that. Under that, I gave you a few other articles as well. So Congress is trying to pass a bill. As often is the case, Congress is divided on partisan lines. Democrats and Republicans each sort of have their own priorities. The Republican-dominated Senate put forward the first bill, which the Democrats pretty quickly rejected. And now the House, which is led by the Democrats, is putting forward their own legislation. So if you want to take a look at a few articles here. So one, Senate at an impasse on $1 trillion coronavirus package. So you can see the Republican plan. Honey, you cannot be in front of my face, Lovey. I'm trying to talk to my students. And then we have the link below that is Democratic criticism. So Schumer slams inadequate GOP coronavirus stimulus plan. Under that, how the House Democrat stimulus plan compares to the Senate's. So that is the House plan from the Democrats. I haven't found anything that is really a critique of that yet, since the Democrats just announced it last night. As the day goes on, once I do see an article, whether Mitch McConnell or whoever else from the right responds to the left's proposal, I'll post that too, so that we can all kind of have a sense of what's going on. So please feel free to read through those. If you guys want to talk about it in the comments, if you want to talk about it tomorrow, I'm going to give those another read through. And if there's any updates, we can talk about it tomorrow. I will, let's see, let me answer these questions real quick. What's the plan going forward? There is a lot of uncertainty. I probably know just as much as you do at this point. We are, all of those things are valid questions. Both of you are asking really legitimate and valid questions. There's no way to know the answer to any of those. My presumption would be that students would move forward. I don't know when we're going back. I don't know if we're going back. And that is not something obviously in my control. It's not in Ms. Coburn's control. That's a city, state, nationwide type thing that we will figure out when we get to it. We all need to just keep on controlling the things that we can, washing our hands, practicing social distancing as much as we possibly can, keeping ourselves informed, keeping in touch with our family and friends, and taking care of each other. That is all for today. I'll check back in again tomorrow. Hopefully, if you guys can take a minute to read those articles, and if you can try to watch the president's daily briefing, and kind of get a sense of what you think about his leadership, what you think about congressional leadership at this time. Adia said goodbye. She said goodbye. I love you. All right, guys. Have a great day. Take care.